right, welcome to Cafe Wish Podcast interview.
Okay, so l- last question from my mind. So I just want you to um maybe be specific or explain directly about the frontier. For you, what is a frontier? How can you use your faith in your frontier?
Hmm, that's a really good question. All right. So, I believe the frontier definition, if I'm not mistaken, is the distance the distance between two borders. The starting place and the ending place, or the expectation to go to a desired location, right? So I'm starting at one place and I'm going to another. That's like me starting from America trying to come to Asia, right?
Yeah.
The distance between the two is the frontier, right? But how we use it is building the excitement or the idea of a journey, right? Adventure. Um, this is how we as people use it. Um, so the excitement of starting in America, starting making plans, you know, counting the cost of how things are going to be, how much things are going to cost to purchase a plane ticket, or if I'm going on a cruise, mode of transportation, everything down to the socks. You know, so this is how we typically use it, but frontier is just from one border to another border. How do I have faith or incorporate faith into this? Well, it goes back to the two parts, how I see it: metaphysical, consciousness, spiritual way of looking at it from a cognitive perspective, I guess. And then, not I guess, but from a cognitive perspective, and then a practical perspective, a spiritual, practical, physical way of doing things, right? Your works. So having a vision is a part of my faith. So I will have a vision of planning to travel to Asia. Then I have to build the excitement. I have to build the thought process, the discipline of things I'm going to need. So I have to create new routines. I have to order myself aright. So I may want to create a checklist. So these are things I'm thinking about. The actual part of faith is me carrying out what I'm thinking or executing what I have planned. Okay, I got my plane ticket or my mode of transportation. I got my cruise ticket. I purchased that. Maybe I saved a couple months or a year's worth of wages, or I saved up something so I can have an emergency fund. Um, then I actually choose a date where I'm going to go. I choose my hotel or my lodging or where I'm going to stay. If I'm getting an apartment, whatever. Like the situation I did, I reserved an apartment. I paid for it before in advance. I was working, and I already bought my ticket. I already got my apartment. I put some money aside. I paid my bills, and then I moved to Asia. So that's how, in real time, my faith in a frontier works. But it's the journey, right?
Yeah.
So it's a continuation. For me, the frontier is not just once I get to the destination of said place. It's the continuation, right? For me, it's the frontier doesn't stop because I got to Asia. It's a continuation or the journey. How I'm using frontier is not necessarily the definition. I'm using it as how we people use it. So I'm using it as the journey continues, the adventure continues,
The journey and
the
the
vision,
experience.
the experience continues, the
Yeah.
vision continues to
vision.
grow. Right?
The memories
The memories continue to you know
to build.
to be built in my mind, and because I get to take pictures, I get to see things, I get to taste different foods, experience
Meeting new
culture,
friends.
meeting new friends, meeting new people. Yeah, of course. Meeting you, So and none of it would have been possible if I didn't tackle faith and frontier.
Yeah.
And of course, I had fear, but the desire to want to move to Asia was stronger than my fear, so I was able to.
You will
conquer
not
that.
experience all of this if your faith overcome with your fear.
If my fear overcame my faith, definitely
Yeah.
I would not been able to experience this because I wouldn't have moved. I wouldn't have planned. I wouldn't have done anything.
And you're going back to States for sure.
Well, I definitely wouldn't have come. That's why I said the frontier doesn't stop. In the essence of not the definition, but how we use it. The journey doesn't stop. The adventure doesn't stop. It continues, right? As long as I'm, breathing and working on building myself up and working on my goals and my daily routines, the faith continues, the journey continues, frontier continues, the adventure goes on.
The frontier of a Black American to the Asian.
Well, okay, I'll take that.
That's just if you're going to have a movie of your frontier, your adventure, that would be the
great adventure.
the great adventure of a Black American to Asia.
Dun dun dun. Well, not dun dun dun. It would be like what? Like
Dun, 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 dun.
dun 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 dun. Black America to Asia.
You've been here for like 3 years.
3 years now, yeah.
Yeah.
I met you.
It's too fast.
Yeah, I met you the first year I got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
I think it's just your first week.
Yeah,
That time?
yeah, possibly, yeah.
That's your first week that time.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's been 3 years now.
Yeah. And I just appreciate your friendship, always being real with me, always being supportive of my vision and my goals. So I appreciate you and being a co-host for this segment of Faith, Fear, and Frontier, kicking off the series of Faith, Fear, and Frontier. Once again, I'm writing a book called Faith and Fear and Frontier, right? I told you about it earlier in this interview. And remember, Cafe Wish podcast was just a vision I had, right?
Well, it's just a vision,
Yeah.
and because of your faith, everything. I think everything is aligned now.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep going.
Yeah.
So it's not just
keep going.
Yeah.
Don't let your fear stop your frontier
Thank you for that.
for this. Yeah.
Well, that being said, would you like to close this out? I'll give you the last words, your thoughts,
Okay,
your
thank
opinions.
you for listening, everyone, and I hope every one of us learn. Every one of us, has had a good experience in listening to us. So again, thank you and have a great day. And always remember, guys, be smart, be happy, and be healthy. Good night, everyone.